Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with AromaHealthtexas. Today we're going to talk about chronic fatigue, and 45% of adult Americans have regular fatigue, and chronic fatigue is actually even more debilitating. People cannot work or do anything for months, sometimes years at a time. And we're going to talk about some of the symptoms and some of the essences that we make. These have flower essences as well as some of our essential oils in there. It's a mixture of the two, and of course they're topical. Fatigue is an in general blend for chronic fatigue. I didn't say chronic fatigue because it sounds like a diagnosis, but it is for ongoing fatigue. It has lots of roses in there, are antique roses that have the highest frequency of any flowering plant. So it raises the vibration, it raises the integrity, it gives energy, circulation, in lots of ways. It affects people that are having trouble with chronic fatigue. And you just put it on your wrist, you can put it on your neck. We also have sprays in 2 ounces that you can spray yourself, your pillow, your environment. And next is environmental. Environmental is because chronic fatigue and fatigue in general has been related to our environment. Chemical and toxic pollutions of all types that actually cause anxiety and depression, as well as fatigue. And this is the National Institute of Health and World Health. Many organizations have done research on this. Chronic fatigue can be related, of course, to immune problems because you're more susceptible to viruses, or it may be that a virus started all this. So we have a lot of products that help with immune enhancement. We have cold flu for seasonal. We have even reduced stress, which is a nice fragrance, and it helps not only to reduce stress, but it helps to reduce viral increase in the body. As the viruses increase in number, they come up the spine and they produce more symptoms. So the idea with viruses, which never really go away, is to get them to keep the load down of viral manipulation, I guess, to the body. So we do have environmental that helps with heavy metal toxicity and toxicities that have been related to chronic fatigue. The patients and people I've worked with in private practice for over 44 years had a lot of mercury in their trace mineral analysis when I did hair analysis on them. One of the problems we have, it seems like the more trouble you get, the more tired you get, the more trouble you have sleeping. So we have a deep sleep blend that helps, and this right on your earlobe is a deep sleep acupuncture point. It's a great place to put a drop on each ear before you go to sleep, or if you wake up in the morning before you want to get up. Stored trauma. Now, abuse is greatly related to people having chronic fatigue, and especially starting in their 30s and 40s. It's more prevalent in women, and 1 in 4 females have had domestic abuse compared to 1 in 7 males. But the trauma is going to be stored in the amygdala of the brain, which is related to the subconscious. So that's where all your fears are, even if you don't remember them, because the first 3 years most people don't remember much of anything. It's all still stored in the subconscious. And in order to work on that level, we use stored trauma And this is so wonderful smelling. It's almost a peachy scent to it. And you know that our roses, our antique roses, are related to apples and peaches and berries. So some of our products have those kind of scents to them. Protection is one that I would use along with stored trauma because it helps the person put their needs first and cloak themselves in self-love. Sometimes learning to say no when you're not able to take care of other people. You have to put yourself first. But this is a very protected plant. The essential oils of neroli and some of our other essences are in there. Now, communicate, it deals with speaking out. It deals with the throat and the ability to communicate with others, to be activated. Because when you're sick for a long time, there's so much, it just drags you down. So this helps the people as they come out of stored trauma to speak up for themselves and others quite often. People with chronic fatigue or a lot of regular fatigue have problems with recall and memory. They have that foggy brain. And this is a wonderful blend that helps people wake their mind up. And it has, of course, lemongrass and rosemary in it in our essential oils. But it definitely helps people remember better. Even from farther back in their memory, things start coming up that are pleasant, but also helps to release endorphins in your body so you feel happier, feel better. And finally, I'd like to mention Dynamic, which is an energy blend that uses our special double mint essential oils and other essences to give true energy to that person, where it builds from within and it's just not a fleeting, oh, I have some energy at the moment. This actually builds and it helps the personality to feel dynamic, because there's a whole change that has to be made over a period of time to overcome some of this chronic fatigue, what caused it and what it's done to hurt or put you back in time for your goals and desires. I want to thank you for coming and being my teachers. You'll find a blog on chronic fatigue at www.AromaHealthTexas.com with more information. You can contact me through the website, and if you share and like, we'd appreciate it. We'll be back with more information from our gardens. Bye-bye.